Talk about the behinds that sit in those seats, because they're important behinds to have.
Not just the behind, though. The whole body is.
Well, the rest
Today I'm bringing it all.
Are you bringing everything?
Just today.
We want you all to have a great day. Take a little time to enjoy the view. And please, do not despair. We are in this together, and we're going to get through it together. We'll see you tomorrow. Amen and prayer.
Being raped is one of the worst fears that women have. So we take precautions to avoid dangerous situations. Graham Plattner blamed women for getting raped because he said we get effed up drunk. Mr. Plattner blamed the rapists, not the women. And now we learn Plattner used an app that's called a predator's paradise for child exploitation. Graham Plattner is disgusting, gross, and unfit for the Senate. Pine Tree Results PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Need a driveway paved or an entire road surfaced? Give Eaton Paving and Excavation a call. Eaton Paving offers a full line of excavation packages, from new home projects to new and replacement septics and driveways. We also install new shoreland and do shoreland repairs. Our operators have more than 75 years combined experience, and we have been delivering quality, professional service for nearly 3 decades. We strive to exceed your expectations. Give us a call today at 207-348-5630 or visit us at EatonPaving.com.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
This is ABC 7 News at Noon.
A firefighter injured in the Robbins lumber mill fire and explosion more than a month ago is finally coming home. Good afternoon, I'm Susan Farley. Police are investigating a fatal crash that happened in the town of Hancock this morning, and Eastport is getting nearly $20 million to modernize its breakwater and fishing pier. Thank you for joining us. We'll have more on these and other stories coming up. First, let's check in with meteorologist Devin Biggs. Devin?
Alrighty, happy Friday afternoon. It's a little messy out there. We have air quality problems taking place until Monday at around midnight, and some extreme heat warnings until 8 o'clock tonight. The air quality issues courtesy of wildfire smoke in Canada. Haven't said that in a while, but that's what's going on across the state, and it's definitely encompassing the whole state. Right now, air quality is in the yellow to green, so not bad just yet, but it is forecast to get bad as we watch for that smoke moving in. It's going to be carried in by some of the boundaries that we've been watching, including a cold front that will start to push some more smoke in through parts of Saturday, but it's going to be intermittent air quality issues through the weekend, hence why they're carrying this all the way through parts of midnight, early Monday morning. So right now, though, we're not looking too bad. We are going to be watching for a lot of sunshine at the moment as we do zoom things out. Again, we're looking pretty good. There's that boundary right there, but with all the fires just off to the north and west, that's going to help to send some of that wildfire smoke in our direction. So futurecast for today, we're looking good. Lots of sunshine. We're going to be watching for, again, some scattered showers and thunderstorms that will be coming up in the near future. But in the meantime, for today, lots of sunshine, areas of smoke with highs in the mid-90s, west wind at around 25 miles per hour. Hourly forecast moving forward, lots of sunshine, areas of smoke, temperatures in the 90s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
Thank you, Devin. Over a month and a half after the devastating fire at Robbins Lumber Mill in Searsmont, 2025 Firefighter of the Year Catherine Page, who's been in the hospital ever since that day, will be making the journey home today. Our Doug Banks joins us live in Belmont for the story. Doug?
Good afternoon, Susan. Many dark clouds have surrounded that day back on May 15th, including the passing of Morrill firefighter Andrew Cross and the passing of Searsmont Assistant Fire Chief Wayne Woodbury. But today, a ray of hope, as Belmont firefighter Catherine Page is expected to be discharged from Maine Medical Center in Portland today. That's according to her husband, Paul Page, who has been documenting her journey in the hospital. He took to social media yesterday to say that she'll be discharged from the hospital at around noon, then meeting a convoy at the Augusta Civic Center, and then from there, they'll be making their way here to the Belmont Fire Station. And make sure you tune in tonight at 6 o'clock for more on that story. And Susan, she was one of 12 injured in that Robbins Lumber Mill explosion back on May 15th. And her return home today marks around 2 weeks after Montville firefighter Jacob Spaulding returned home back on June 15th. But for now, I'm Doug Banks, live in Belmont for ABC 7 News at noon. Susan, back to you in the studio.
So good to hear she's coming home finally. Maine State Police are investigating a fatal crash in the town of Hancock. Spokesperson Shannon Moss says it happened on Route 1 near the Washington Junction Road at about 8:30 this morning. According to Moss, 44-year-old Jim Hoyt of Sullivan was driving a motorcycle westbound, crossed into the eastbound lane and collided head-on with a pickup truck. Hoyt died at the scene. Route 1 was closed while troopers investigated the crash and crews cleared the scene. That investigation remains ongoing. Yesterday marked a somber milestone. It has been 1 year since Sonny Stewart was murdered after going paddleboarding in Union. 18-year-old Devin Young of Frankfort was charged with her murder when he was 17 years old. The Office of the Chief Medical Examiner in Augusta said her death was caused by strangulation and blunt force trauma. A judge recently ruled that Young is competent to stand trial for Stewart's killing. Maine Attorney General's office is seeking to move the case out of juvenile court and have Young tried as an adult. If he's convicted as an adult, that would mean a minimum sentence of 25 years. The possible maximum sentence would be life in prison. If he's tried as a juvenile and convicted, he could be sentenced to juvenile detention for a maximum of 3 years, which means he could possibly be released when he's 21. A bind-over hearing is expected to be held in August or September. That's where the court could decide whether to try Young as an adult. Eastport is getting nearly $20 million to modernize its breakwater and fishing pier. The money comes from a federal grant program. A release says the city's 45-year-old fishing pier has deteriorated to a critical condition and is at a risk of structural failure. It says completing the 97-foot extension of the Eastport breakwater will protect the inner harbor and ensure safe operation for all users. Senator Susan Collins advocated for the project. She says, quote, "This significant investment will strengthen Eastport's working waterfront, further protect the harbor from storm damage, and support the individuals and businesses who depend on this critical infrastructure." A vital education center in Katahdin region will remain open thanks to the emergency state funding. However, as Grace Blanchard explains, more work is ahead to ensure its long-term stability.
The future of the Katahdin Higher Education Center in East Millinocket remains unclear after losing its longtime partner.
It's extremely detrimental for the future of this region.
The center was opened in 1987 as a joint initiative of Eastern Maine Community College and the University of Maine system to bring in-person and distance college classes to northern Penobscot County.
We've seen thousands of people that came through here to get training and otherwise wouldn't have had the opportunity to, financially leave the area.
Today, it functions as a central access point for higher education, workforce training, and childcare in the Katahdin region.
From the center standpoint, we provide hope for the community. We have a food pantry here. We have programs here that are able to change people's lives.
Earlier this year, the University of Maine system announced it would end its partnership with the center as part of a system-wide effort to reduce its physical footprint.
Honestly, when I heard about that may be an issue, it really was concerning.
For Millinocket resident Emily Pelkey, the educational opportunities and childcare offered by the center have been a vital resource.
So I know it's not only making a great impact on my family, but others as well.
Last week, Governor Janet Mills announced she will donate $100,000 from her contingency fund to keep it open, while community leaders and stakeholders work to determine a long-term plan.
We don't know what the future holds, but at the same time, it's really frightening. But it could allow us to provide new opportunities here in the community and have people come here just because there's an educational facility here.
In East Millinocket, Grace Blanchard, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Folks looking to experience the thrill of a lumberjack competition will have the opportunity next week during the Skowhegan Log Days. The 3-day event will feature a lumberjack competition in downtown, a river race on the Kennebec River, a Log Days parade, and in beloved local tradition, bed races. The event is presented by Skowhegan Savings Bank and Main Street Skowhegan. According to organizers, Skowhegan Log Days aims to celebrate the town's rich heritage of river logging and timber sports along the Kennebec River.
I think that this event is really important to reflect on the heritage of the Kennebec River. In the years past, we've done a River Fest, which really celebrates the future of the river park, the outdoor recreation opportunities, but to remind ourselves of the legacy of the logging industry and the current wood products industry here in Skowhegan is equally, if not more, essential.
The celebration will run from July 9th through the 11th. Local businesses, organizations, and community members are invited to take part in the parade with floats, vehicles, and performers. More information can be found by visiting SkowheganLogDays.com. Coming up on ABC 7 News at noon, police will be out in force looking for people who are drinking and driving this weekend. We've got details when we return.
Hey, name's Petey, aka Peter Pan. Yeah, I've rebranded. Less flying, more perks. I tried staying young forever, but turns out AAA makes being an adult kind of awesome. Coffee, chores, optional. Veggies, yuck. Yum. Pajamas, who'll wear? That's business casual. Growing up doesn't have to mean giving in. Gotta go. Grown-up stuff awaits. With AAA, it pays to be a member.
Webb's RV Center has a 4-acre lot with over 75 previously owned campers all on sale, plus another 4 acres of new RVs and motorhomes. Webb's RV will take anything in trade. You can buy a camper anywhere, but be sure to buy your next camper at your local neighbor. A website can't service your RV, but Webb's RV will. And they have the biggest service department in the state of Maine to help you enjoy your RV or motorhome.
So come on down, neighbor. The coffee pot's on and the pencil is sharp.
Maine's farms are being sold to China. Chinese criminal networks are infiltrating rural Maine. But Senator Susan Collins is fighting back. Susan Collins voted to stop China from buying up our farmland. And Collins is helping to crack down on Chinese organized crime. Collins delivered millions in more resources for local law enforcement, protecting our families, our farms, and bringing big money back home to Maine. Call and tell Senator Susan Collins to keep protecting rural Maine.
Hi, Todd from Dorsey Furniture here, and our red tag furniture and mattress clearance sales going on now. We have a special purchase of overstocked flex steel sofas, love seats, chairs, and recliners at least half off list. Famous maker, queen size, showroom sample mattresses half off list. The largest selection of recliners and lift chairs in the Bangor area, with lift chairs starting at $7.99. Extreme values like this won't last long, so come check us out today. And thank you for supporting a Maine family-owned company. Be comfortable, my friends.
There are so many fun things to do in Maine. Now you can enjoy more for less. Check out half-off deals from foxbangor.com.
Looking for great food and hometown flavor? Riverside Grill is your favorite spot for juicy burgers, choices on seafood, and more. Fresh food served with a smile every day.
There's a limited supply available. It's on sale right now. Save with half-off deals from foxbangor.com.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
The 4th of July period is considered one of the deadliest times of the year for alcohol-impaired driving. According to the National Safety Council, nearly 40% of traffic fatalities during the holiday involve impaired driving. With that in mind, Bangor Police Sergeant Jeremy Brock says the already increased number of officers on the road will be even more vigilant for signs of impaired driving.
It's one of the easiest crimes to commit, where a lot of people leave their doors unlocked, and it's just as easy as somebody coming up, seeing if the door is unlocked, see if anything valuable is inside, and then quickly moving on, so they're not staying in one place for a long time.
Maine Marine Patrol is also reminding boaters that they are also on alert for anyone who appears to be impaired. Officials say the consequences for boating under the influence are the same as driving under the influence. This weekend, Marine Patrol will also be conducting its annual Operation Dry Water campaign, a national awareness and enforcement effort coordinated by the National Association of Safe Boating Law Administrators. With temperatures climbing across Maine, experts are reminding parents and caregivers that leaving a child unattended in a vehicle for even just a few minutes can have deadly consequences. Our Alex Schley has more on why these tragedies happen and simple steps you can take to help prevent them.
It doesn't take long for a parked car to turn deadly. On a hot summer day, the temperature inside a vehicle can climb by 20 degrees in just 10 minutes, even with the windows cracked.
The vehicle heats up very quickly, but in the first 90 minutes, the temperature can increase more than 50% versus the outside temperatures.
For young children, that heat can quickly become life-threatening.
They just absorb more heat more quickly from the environment, and then they can't regulate that heat as well because those systems aren't fully mature.
According to health experts, children's bodies heat up 3 to 5 times faster than adults, making them more vulnerable to heat stroke.
Sweating isn't as good to help cool you down. They have less body water, and so they become dehydrated quicker.
Experts say a variety of factors can contribute to these tragedies.
Interestingly, it seems like half of the time it's because they're just forgotten for a number of reasons.
Sean Sibley is a family nurse practitioner at Northern Light Primary Care at the University of Maine.
And then the other half of the time I thought was interesting, it's because the car's unlocked and kids are getting into the unlocked car, putting themselves in the car, and the adult doesn't even know where they are.
Experts, however, remind residents that it doesn't take a heat wave for a vehicle to turn deadly. According to AAA, the lowest recorded ambient air temperature when a child died of heat stroke when left in a vehicle was about 50 degrees.
Because of that greenhouse effect with the sun shining onto the vehicle and really heating up that interior part of the car.
Healthcare workers also remind residents that if a child is found alone in a hot car, don't ignore it. Immediately call 911. A few minutes can be the difference between life or death. In Bangor, Alex Schley for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, there'll be plenty of opportunities to enjoy the water this weekend. If you're doing that by watercraft, the Maine Warden Service is reminding folks to watch out for organisms hitching a ride on your boat that could harm the local ecosystem. Their Clean, Drain, and Dry initiative aims to protect Maine's ecosystem from invasive aquatic species that can become attached to watercraft and transferred into other bodies of water where they become hazardous. According to the Maine Game Warden, Aaron Rideout, examples include milfoil and zebra mussels.
So we want to make sure that when people are going between bodies of water, that they are draining all the water that they may have in their boat, that they're cleaning any plants or debris off their boat, and that they're allowing their boat time to dry to make sure that they're not transporting invasive species between bodies of water.
The act to minimize the propagation of invasive aquatic plants became state law back in June of 2023. After the break, a record number of people could be traveling this weekend. We'll be right back.
Are your gutters weighed down by debris causing them to sag and overflow? I'm Tony Hafford with TC Hafford Basement Systems. Clogged gutters lead to costly repairs for your home, so skip the cleaning and stop the clogs with Gutter Shutter. Gutter Shutter, the world's best gutter, is a high-performance gutter with a lifetime no-clog guarantee. Stop the clutter, get Gutter Shutter. Call TC Hafford Basement Systems today for all things basementy.
From the heart of Maine, where rugged beauty meets timeless craftsmanship, Richard Henderson & Sons Masonry, taming the outdoors through groundwork, retaining walls and seawalls, building custom fireplaces that become the centerpiece of your home, crafting granite steps and patios that invite you outdoors, designing hardscapes that turn yards into living spaces, built to last, crafted for life. Richard Henderson & Sons Masonry, quality in every stone.
Some days start with busted belts and bruised knuckles. But out here, fixing things is just part of the ride. No matter what I'm doing, I have just the right tool close by. Then it's time to unwind and catch your breath, or maybe dinner. From fixing it right to living it fully, Coastal Auto Parts and Milwaukee Packout Systems help me get to the moments that matter most with the people that matter more.
Erin was seriously injured in an accident on Route 11. She called the firm that's helped over 25,000 Mainers get justice.
Calling Joe is the first call that you should make. They made all of my problems disappear.
There's only one opportunity for results, to go after everything you deserve.
It costs nothing to call Joe. The call is free, and so is the case evaluation. If you want the best, call Joe.
The law offices of Joe Bornstein. Accidents happen to be their specialty.
It's America's 250th birthday,
The Maine Semi-Quincentennial Commission invites you to connect Maine's stories to America's legacy, sharing Maine's contributions to the nation's story, and exploring Maine's role in America's future. From potlucks to parades and more, you'll find a full list of many exciting America 250 events on our page on the maine.gov/SOS website. Happy birthday, America! Brought to you by this station, the Maine Association of Broadcasters, and the Office of the Secretary of State of Maine.
With the 4th of July right around the corner, we've been getting lots of questions about what side dish to make for the holiday. Well, many of you have asked for a recipe that doesn't take a lot of work, but that has a bunch of flavor. So we thought we should bring back an old classic that's really easy and tasty, whether you serve it inside or out. In a slow cooker, we combine some ground beef, a chopped onion, barbecue sauce, brown sugar, and a bit of water. Now, we add 3 kinds of beans: a can of kidney beans, a can of butter beans, both drained, and a can of pork and beans with the juice and all, along with some crumbled bacon to give it some smokiness. After it slow cooks, it's done. No slow cooker? No problem. You could simply slow cook this in your oven. And if you're grilling out, why not serve these right out of an aluminum pan or a cast iron skillet right off the grill? Either way, this is one of those cook until you're ready for them kind of dishes that everyone loves. I do hope you'll go online and get the recipe for what we call hillbilly baked beans, so you can whip up a down-home favorite just in time for the 4th of July, or really any time. I'm Howard from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we've rediscovered a classic way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
With the heat impacting 4th of July festivities, it could impact the record holiday travel over the weekend. ABC's Gio Benitez has the latest.
Hey there, it is good to see you, but take a look at this. It is a very busy already here at the airport, and it will be busy all across this country. We're talking about more than 51,000 flights. That's 7,000 more flights than an average day, so keep that in mind. Now, these America 250 celebrations, they're going to be big, and they will impact travel. So take a look at this, because military flyovers will cause the intermittent closure of airspace from Washington to Boston. In fact, Reagan National Airport outside D.C. will be closed all day tomorrow on the 4th. Several airlines, including Delta, JetBlue, United, American, they've issued travel waivers allowing passengers to change their flights without additional fees. The heat will also cause disruptions. Delta is issuing a heat travel alert for passengers flying through LaGuardia. If you are riding the rails, Amtrak is reporting several cancellations. Some trains are operating at reduced speeds because of that heat. Most travelers, though, they will be driving. They will be driving over the holiday, and roads, they will be packed. The worst time to drive today is between noon and 7 p.m., so head out before 11 this morning to avoid that traffic. As far as gas, we've been talking about this. The national average actually stands at $3.83 a gallon. That is good news because it's down 46 cents from a month ago, but it's the highest since 2022. But however you travel, please promise me you will be safe. Back to you.
When we return, Devin Biggs has your 5-day forecast.
Here at Twin City Tire and Service, you will be working with industry professionals. We have ASE certified master technicians and certified tire and lube technicians. If we need your vehicle for a duration of time, we offer a complimentary shuttle service and can even offer a loaner vehicle. Being a client at Twin City Tire and Service means that we will treat you right. This includes a 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty on mechanical repairs. We also provide you with 1 year of complimentary roadside assistance. Come see us today at Twin City Tire and Service in Brewer.
For the best selection in classic and contemporary furnishings, stop by Richard Parks Furniture on High Street in Ellsworth. Handcrafted New England-made bedrooms and dining rooms, imported Scandinavian recliners and upholstery, more than 40 lines of furniture for the home and patio. Richard Parks Furniture is your #1 stop for quality, functionality, and well-designed furniture at affordable prices. Richard Parks Furniture.
Discover Richard Parks.
132 High Street in Ellsworth.
Discover Richard.
This spring, invest in your nest with the County Federal Credit Union. Your home has grown in value season after season. With the county's 1010 Home Equity Line of Credit, you can borrow up to your credit limit over 10 years with interest-only payments over those 10 years. 1010. And then you can stop and smell the roses, soak up the sun, and invest in your nest. The 1010 Home Equity Line of Credit, the County Federal Credit Union, countyfcu.org.
Take a step back in time with the Bangor Historical Society. Located in the heart of Bangor, the Society brings local history to life through fascinating exhibits, historic collections, and guided tours for all ages. Explore artifacts, photographs, and stories that help shape our community, and a special viewing of a copy of the Declaration of Independence celebrating America at 250. Whether you're a history lover or just looking for something unique to experience, there's always something new to discover. Open Tuesday to Saturday from 10 to 4.
So many things are happening this weekend with all the 4th of July celebrations and everything else. Let's check in with Devin Biggs to see what the weather looks like. Devin, I hope it's a good one.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Old Town Redemption Center, now offering a 10% bonus on your returnables and a monthly $100 drawing. Alrighty, here we go. We have some problems here. Air quality alerts posted through Monday morning at around midnight. Extreme heat warnings also up until 8 p.m. this evening. So not only is heat a problem, but air quality will also be a problem as we do move forward, as we are going to have some intermittent smoke moving in that will lower the air quality. And then we also have a front that will be passing through, carrying more smoke in here as we head towards your Saturday. So there will be intermittent waves where the air quality will be dropping off to at least code orange at times. So we definitely need to be keeping that in mind, not only today, but through the weekend. But for now, air quality is looking good to moderate, but of course we need to be forewarned, which is why the whole state's gray, which indicates air quality alerts are in effect. We are forecasted today to reach for code orange, which is unhealthy for the sensitive groups. So there will be times it will be okay to get outside, but once it reaches code orange, those in the sensitive category need to think about getting inside, especially once you start having problems, because that's not a good thing. But once it gets better, then you'll be okay to get outside. But once it hits red or worse, then it's bad for everybody. But even once we head towards tomorrow, so today and tomorrow, it will be unhealthy for the sensitive groups. So definitely check ahead before heading outside and know your limits. We definitely want to make sure you are healthy when you head outside. But for now, it's nice out there. Lots of sunshine, few passing clouds, and it will be a beautiful one to get outside today with lots of sunshine, little boundary to the north, and that won't help us out much with wildfires to the north and west, and that front's going to help to push some of that smoke in our direction. So futurecast for today, we have to keep that smoke in mind too. Otherwise, with that northwesterly breeze, we'll have some sun and some clouds today and some smoke mixing in. Later on tonight, again, some clouds mixing in. And then for tomorrow, some scattered showers and thunderstorms also developing. Once we head towards Saturday night, that will be backing off. And then for your Sunday, looking dry out there as that smoke will continue to mix in. As we check things out right now with the monkey meter, again, dew points will be in the low to mid 60s coming up before they drop off starting on Saturday. So for today, mostly sunny, areas of smoke, highs in the mid 90s, west wind at 25 miles per hour. By tonight, upper 60s, mostly clear, areas of smoke, west wind at 5 to 10 miles per hour. All right, partly cloudy, some more smoke, highs in the mid 80s, scattered thunderstorms too, northwest wind at 30 miles per hour. Let's check out your extended forecast. Partly cloudy, more smoke Sunday with highs in the mid 80s, mostly cloudy Monday, highs in the low 80s, upper 70s Tuesday with a chance for rain.
Thank you, Devin. Come Saturday, many will turn out to celebrate the 250th anniversary of our country's independence at the Bangor 4th of July Parade. The parade's head organizer, Tony Bernacci, stopped by our studio to emphasize the importance of veterans remembering to sign up to walk in this year's parade.
There's going to be an abundance of veterans from every branch of the armed services that have served in the United States military in any form whatsoever. And we're still inviting anybody. If you haven't yet signed up, you can go to Bangor4th, Bangor4th.com and sign up. And if you don't get the opportunity or you don't have the ability, just show up anyways, and we'll find a place to put you in.
Yeah, right. You guys will figure out how to get them into the
We
parade.
have a big shoehorn, and we'll put people right in it.
Yeah, that was going to lead perfectly into my next question, is that you really are pushing this year to have as many veterans participate as possible.
As many veterans in law enforcement, active duty or past, you are welcome. You're wanted. You are wanted. We appreciate it. Without the veterans, I'm wearing a shirt that says "We the People," and I have another shirt that I was going to wear that says "Home of the Free because of the Brave."
Yes.
And if it wasn't for those veterans, we wouldn't be here sitting down together right now. So we really want those guys to show up.
All right, so and that's an important message that we want to get across to the folks at home. So again, that website that they can go to sign up or help a veteran sign up to be in the parade. What was that again?
Bangor, the number 4, Bangor4th.com.
Okay.
And it is extra special this year because it is the country's 250th anniversary. Thousands are tracking eagles, Jackie and Shadow, and their baby eaglets. The baby girl has actually fallen out of the nest. Sandy was with her brother Luna when Luna jumped and flew off. However, Sandy fell. She hasn't taken her first flight yet. Sandy has been spotted midway up a nearby tree. She's been exchanging sounds with her mother, Jackie. They do believe she is okay. And that's all for ABC 7 News at noon. Thanks for watching. I'm Susan Farley. We'll see you this evening on ABC 7 News at 6. Have a very happy 4th of July.
You rented a house belonging to the plaintiffs.
A new living arrangement.
You had received permanent custody of your 3 grandchildren. Had the children been removed from your daughter by the courts?
Yes, they were.
They were not permitted to live with their mother.
But her daughter brought disarray.
There were no problems, and our daughter came. You started to have problems.
My daughter has chemical dependency problems.
Next, Judge Judy.
Friday at 5 on ABC 7.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
The following is a paid advertisement for Plexiderm Skincare.
Watch this. It's all 100% real. Witness what happens to this woman's bags under her eyes in an actual time lapse in just minutes. Nothing has been doctored or tampered with.